So moving on from the last video, talking about superpower. So next superpower for me, and this is why I want to help as many people as possible, is I grew up, I'm not going to lie, I grew up in a very middle class environment. I grew up and there was money around, and when I got to in my 30s, my whole family abandoned me, and therefore I was then dropped out of a world which I knew into a completely different world which I never knew or understood or could get it. The whole boundaries had changed, the whole system had just changed overnight, and I was poorly, I couldn't see properly, I was stumbling around, I was exhausted all the time, I couldn't see properly, blurry vision, anxiety, panic attacks all the time, hallucinations. So I got dropped into that world in that place, and this is what's important, is that most of you will only know one world, and so therefore how do you know what you're trying to get to? Because this is the world that you only know this one world. So to you it will be this is it. There is nothing, because you've never experienced it, you've never seen it, you never like, how could it be any different to you? Like, it's not possible for you to see that or imagine that or envision that. Whereas me, again, having been from one life into another life and then fighting for my life, where I was struggling for food, homeless all the time, just like in absolute mess all the time, having to rebuild to get out of that place of survival into a place of thriving and vibing again and being able to do things that I really wanted to do in my life. So because I had been in one position before, then in another position, I knew what I was climbing up to. I knew the steps that I was trying to get to. So I might not have worked out how I'm going to get there, but I definitely knew what my goal was. My goal was to create this type of life for myself by helping others. So it was win-win, and those were the things that I cared about, and this is why I'm here to help. Because how will you ever get from one place to another if you can't vision it in your head? You've never felt it, you've never experienced it, you don't know any different, and that's not your fault. And no one's guiding you. How are you going to get there? And that's what I want to do. I want to help you to get there. Let's keep moving, guys. God, I'm well-being.